So it's that and only time of the year when mid-range phones are sold for what they are actually worth it. But at the same time, you should definitely have a look at the phones that are few months to an year old and if they are in a good budget and suit your needs, like the Google Pixel 7a or Pixel 6a and this Nothing Phone 1, which from what I know so far will be in the sub 20k segment in the sale, that is around 21 to 22,000 with card offers for the base variant. So after an year later and a major OS update later, is it still worth it in 2023? And should you still buy this device if you are looking out for a phone in the sub 20k segment? Well, I'll answer all your questions in this video, so make sure you watch it till the end to know all the running details. And in case you wish to watch this video in Hindi language, here is a card to the BitTech Hindi channel and you can watch this video over there. Now this will be a quick but detailed video on the following aspects. First, the build quality or hardware. Second, software and updates. Third, camera. Fourth is performance and battery. And fifth are the cons and conclusions. So I've been using this device with a skin wrapped and a case too from Spigen, which is definitely not worth it. Don't buy this case. And I will definitely attach the links to good accessories just below the like button, so don't worry about it. Removing the skin quickly and you can see the device still looks like new for me. There is no dust or scratches whatsoever, which is good. And the device is a little bulky as you know. In that aspect it is not for everyone, but overall the build and finish is still like new for me. And it did hold up just fine after an year of usage. Now about the glyph lights on the back, I usually forget about them, but they are a little more useful now and we can use them as a torch and notification LED, and it makes them less gimmicky and useful in some scenarios. By the way, keeping the specs aside, here are the benchmark scores after the Android 13 update on the Nothing Phone 1. So on Geekbench with the previous version, that was Android 12, the device used to score around 807 in single core and 2622 in the multi-core score. And now it scores 805 in single core and 2924 in the multi-core score. On the Android 2, the device used to score around 5,08,000 points and now it scores around 5,11,000 points. So things did not change much around here. By the way, a ton of you watch these videos secretly and are still not subscribed to the channel. Well, it takes a second only, so just tap on that red button and it won't cost you anything at all. Speaking about the software side of things now, well, this does run on Nothing OS 2 based on Android 13, which is again pure stock Android. One of those things that is rare in this price point. And only the Pixel 6a and Motorola phones offer this. But Moto isn't good with updates, and as we all know, Nothing has been quite consistent with bringing new features and updates to its skin, something I really appreciate. Though they also brought in the green line with this update, just like some other brands, and failed to acknowledge it too, and I'll come back to that in just a second. So the device had to get 3 major updates and 4 years of security patches. So we are now left with 2 major updates, that is Android 14 and 15, and I don't see that as a major con, as most of the devices in this budget will get at most 2 updates, like the Moto Edge 14U. And as you can see, the Nothing OS now has its own identity, just like every other skin. And I prefer this over others as it looks quite minimal and elegant with almost all the necessary features, all of which you can find in the detailed video I shared on the channel. And here is a card to that video as well. There are quite a lot of new features with this Nothing OS 2 version, and it looks minimal and feels quite smoother for sure. It also has dual apps, app locker, and whatever it is that you would have wanted from a skin. And also let's see how fast they will deliver the Android 14 update this year, as they took a bit more time last year. But I'm hoping they will do better this time. Coming to the camera part, and well, this has been a good experience with the still images, as you know. There are 3 cameras of them, 2 on the back and 1 on the front. And the primary rear camera on this device has been pretty good so far. I've taken this device on trips and whatnot and used it as a daily driver for months. And I'm happy with how the shots look, as you can see in these samples. I see a bit more color shift here and there sometimes with the ultra wide angle camera, but the images taken are usable for the most part. The primary camera does produce some good shots given the right lighting, and the colors are very natural and the images have a good dynamic range. Overall, the images don't look like they are filtered out or something, and that's a good thing. Here is a quick comparison with S23 images just for your reference. Also, here is a video sample shot from the primary back camera, and you can see the stabilization and quality, how good or bad it is. It also has OIS, and I feel the overall quality is good in daylight. Overall, the back camera produces some very natural images, that look very close to reality, and it is still worth it given this price. The front-facing camera is a weak part here and not the biggest strength of this device. It hasn't improved much with the updates, and it produces decent to good images that are fine at max for social media consumption. I wish they used a better sensor here because the image processing is definitely good and the skin tones are natural too. The con here being the lack of details, plus it struggles in low light as well. Rest, if I talk about the charging speeds, it takes around 70 minutes with the 33-watt PD charger, and you can see a detailed video on the most compatible chargers, and here's a card to that one as well. It also has wireless charging and reverse wireless charging that I often use, and it works well with my TWS earbuds. The screen on time that you get with 5G is around 5 to 6 hours without any gaming, and around 6 to 7 hours at max on 4G, which is decent, but the idle range sometimes can go as high as 7 to 8%. The call quality has also been good, and it does support carrier aggregation as well, and the speaker quality is also good at best. It is not that crisp and loud as you'd see on a Pixel, but it does the job. And since it has Google Dialer, you cannot record calls silently, so keep that in mind as well. I also don't like the fact that there is no good equalizer built in, or Dolby or something like that, to improve the music quality, which is something I definitely miss. The device can handle most of the tasks quite easily, though I won't recommend it that much for gaming, and you can play occasional BGMI at smooth and extreme settings, but there will definitely be some drops after like 10 to 15 minutes, and it is not the best experience to be frank. But it is acceptable at this price, and also there are no thermal throttling issues with this device or this SoC, which is cool too. Coming to the cons now, and well, apart from the weak front facing camera and the extra bulk, nothing also has the problem of green line now, which was reported by many in my Telegram community as well as other forums, and the brand is just not willing to listen or help the end users out. Instead, it is asking them to pay 16,000 rupees to change the display for a 21,000 rupee device, which is just unfair. And actually, this is stopping me to recommend such a brand that says a lot about user experience, but does not care about its users at all. And I hope they will acknowledge all this and work with the users to find a middle ground, as the devices don't even have a physical damage and the warranty is now over. In fact, Oneplus did a better job than nothing here by giving them a lifetime warranty. Overall, if you can still keep the faith on brand after all this, then it is still a pretty good device to use, and it offers a great experience at this price, but only for medium to casual gamers and a decent package overall if you're looking out for that. Spec hungry users can go with brands like iQOO or Poco for a better gaming experience. So these are my thoughts on the Nothing Phone 1 now. So what do you feel about it? Do let me know in the comment section down below. And that's pretty much it. Lastly, if you do end up liking this video, make sure to tap on that like button and subscribe button for more such content. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.